Welcome back to Foundation's YouTube channel. My name is Christian. I'm a physical therapist, fellowship trained in manual orthopedic physical therapy. Today we're going to go over a fantastic drill to help anybody who's interested in deep squatting. So for all you squatters of the deep, this will help. There's a bunch of posts and questions about feeling discomfort in the hips when you're down in that deep position, or sometimes it just feels weak down there. Without getting too far into it, that's usually a hip flexor weakness issue. It can also be a range of motion issue, but I'm just going to assume here you've cleared the range of motion and you feel like you have the appropriate flexibility, but you're still having some issues. If the range of motion in the hip is a problem and you feel like you don't have the available motion to get in that position, then we have other videos for that to improve your hip mobility. I invite you to check those out. If your mobility isn't sound, then this drill can be helpful, but you're not going to get everything you want out of it. So make sure your mobility is sound and then come and try this out. So basically what we're going to do is an overhead squat in reverse action. What I mean by that is you're going to take a resistance band. Should be something fairly challenging. For demonstration purposes, this one's pretty easy. I would choose something a little bit stiffer if I was really going to get after it. And then what you're going to do is find a wall, and you're going to get down against the wall, okay? So once I'm here, it's basically like I'm at the bottom of my deep squat. So I want to turn this into an overhead squat. So I'm going to take this band anchored around my hips, and then what I'm going to do is get in my overhead squat position. So I'm going to push this up like this. When I do this and the band is sufficiently difficult, I'm going to feel my upper back work, shoulders work. I'm going to feel my posterior chain in general work. So I'm going to press that up and try to keep everything completely flat. So from this position, if I froze myself and kind of flip myself over into a standing posture, I'd be at the bottom of the deep squat. Now what I want to do from here is I want to march this leg up off of the wall. And I'm going to hold for 5, and then I'm going to switch to the other side. And what I feel when I'm doing this is a lot of work in those hip flexors that aren't used to working at the bottom of the squat. Okay. If this is real challenging, I can back away from the wall, make it a little bit easier. But I do want to challenge myself as I get better at it, to get closer and closer to the wall and really make those hip flexors work at the bottom of the squat. This is something that I would basically do on my squat day where I'm trying to get deeper into a squat, and do it as part of my movement prep, and even intermingle it in between sets of squatting. So if you have any questions or comments, please post them below. If this was helpful for you, please give it a thumbs up. If you know somebody else that it might help, and I'm sure you know a few people, please make sure to share it. And then we invite you to subscribe so you can take advantage of all the other great content we're posting to help you move better. We remind you that movement is a gift, and we hope you enjoy it.